Grand morning. Is it still morning? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it is. 10:39 a.m. October. Is it the 12th? I know it's Saturday. Um, I'm enjoying this freedom away from, energies that's not conducive to my well-being. Although energetically they're still trying to project themselves or interject themselves in my life. Sandra, I distinctively remember you telling me how you and Walter are having to help out other individuals financially with my money. You think the Most High or I have forgotten about that? So, when you said you helped out Randy, you had to stop doing that. Then you had to help out Gary. So, Randy, if you got monies from Sandra, that was my money. So, you need to release it back to me. Okay? Gary, if you got money from Sandra, unfortunately, that was my money. So, Sandra, you and your delusion, when I asked for help, you didn't have anything because that was your opportunity. I believe I did ask you for something. It was minuscule, and you was like, well, we've been helping out, blah, 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 blah. So now we don't have any more to hand out. So that's how that came about, how I knew about that. But, and then when you told me the house that you're staying in is all paid for, when you left off of 2020 Fairlane Drive to move to Fuji. Hmm. How is that? Is that my ancestral gift that you're staying in? That's why it's paid for. Hmm. And you think you can continue to pay your way out of this hole that you dug for yourself in your delusion, in your insanity of trying to hold me back and become me. But you're not me. I am me, and you are you. You are insane, and I am very much sane. I know who I am. I don't try to become someone else. I do not try to covet someone else's belongings so that I could have a stature or a status that is not of my own because I stole something or I have been stealing from people for a mighty long time, even exploiting people, uh, even unaliving people to have status, and then hiding behind the cloak of the church. Walter. Hmm. Now, Walter Jr. and your wife Sherry, do you know about all of this? Because I believe they had to help y'all out too, or so. I believe Sandra said when you got sick or you got laid off from the Space Center, Walter Jr. So all y'all getting help from Walter Sr. and Sandra off of my money, while me and my children struggled. Hmm. Now, if any of you all know the truth, then you need to cut a check of the monies that was paid to you and give it back to the rightful owner, which is me, not Sandra and Walter. Sandra and Walter are frauds trying to hide behind the cloak of the church, trying to save face that they are this holy and righteous couple, and yet doing sexual rituals for dark arts practice to try to continue the cloaking and mastering of their dark, evil ways of manipulating and harming others for their riches. Thank you, Most High, that you're peeling back the onion, you're unmasking this masquerade. And then Sandra, shame on you for what I did not know about you, but now I know that you hate me and that you're not my mother. And however you became the parental figure over me, whether it was by force, which I don't condone the forcing of someone having to take care of another person's responsibility, nor do I condone that you did, you know, have me in your possession, but yet you chose to do the opposite instead of correct. Out of your anger, you chose to mistreat me, and then you wanted to become me when you wanted my fortune. You wanted to unalive me, and you paid a lot of people to harm me, torture me, human torture. Like poor, honorable Sarah Bartman, that Jocelyn Scott was shaped like. Except if you were treated in that manner, right now, in the energy that you are in, rightfully so, you would deserve that. But perhaps you had, plastic surgery like the others, trying to hide yourself. I don't know. But anyway, what I do know is I call for righteous judgment and justice. There are laws in place in this realm that all humans must abide by. And I need for those laws to be applicable for the injustices that are currently still happening against me and others. You want people to feel sorry for you, but yet you probably are losing your comprehension of the distinguishment between right and wrong because you've been doing wrong for so long and being allowed to get away with it. Nevertheless, I still call for righteous judgment, and I am confident that righteous judgment is going to prevail for the mere reason that the Most High still is not allowing your negative energy to attach itself and end me with your voodoo, your death magic. my stolen goods that you stole from me may be delayed, but never will it be denied that it's coming back to the rightful owner. And thank you, Most High, for changing my countenance. Thank you, Holy Spirit, because I know in this realm, our spirit man must obey spiritual laws too. So I thank you that my spirit is obeying spiritual laws, which is going to cause a victory for me, and my enemies are going to suffer their own demise, rightfully so, for the mere fact of being disobedient to the spiritual realm. And the laws of the land in which we live in this spiritual body must obey the law against all who break it. I decree and declare you shall not have immunity. The way you try to confine me, whether you go into a crazy asylum where they monitor your behaviors and you are considered a prisoner of that entity, so be it. Because some of you are very crazy to think that the story of Esau, you were going to be allowed to continue this charade. And the Bible, mind you, is a study guide. What is a study guide? For you to adhere from the things of old that caused a demise, right, for another, or there are things in there that bring you to an altitude of achievement. I choose achievement over demise, but you chose covetousness and disobedience. So therefore, soak up, relish in your consequences that are coming. If it hasn't arrived yet, not to fear, it's coming. I mean, not to worry, not to think that you have successfully gained, because you haven't. According to Ecclesiastic, let me see. In Ecclesiastics, it speaks of that. You haven't gained anything but your own demise, your own stuff. I think it's 3:12. Yeah. So, the things you have done to me and to others, to harm afflict resources, Sandra. I mean, shame on you. You really, really want me to die. You want me to be without, but yet that's coming for you because of what you did unjustly. Whether or not you're out of your mind, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to need for you to go into Ecclesiastic and read it. Chapter 3, starting with verse 12. See, people write books, but this book is very old and it was established by many, some who have scrutiny behind their name, but nevertheless, the Most High could use anyone to write what he needs for his spirit man, which is us, to adhere what the spirit is either warning you of or trying to alchemize you to a higher standard of living and appreciating the brethren that you do see instead of being barbaric to someone who did not deserve it. Because, mind you, such as yourself, you deserve something barbaric to happen to you because you have broken spiritual laws. So if your life seems like it is spiraling out of control and things are happening unfavorable to you and you think it should be happening to me, not so. Even in my homeless, I am very grateful for the things that I have endured and the perseverance that I love life and I love for others as well as myself to have a good life, just as my Creator wished for all to have a good life. And he speaks of the things that he hates in that book, but yet a lot of you choose to love it in a manner of stealing, killing, and destroying another and going against the Creator when he has already warned you in that book. Walter, did you ever read those passages to people as you stand on the podium preaching? I guess that's why, when you did have churches abroad from your living quarter, I never felt your message because it just seemed so ingenuous, and I'm sure others did too. That's why you got brought down to a lower state where they only had you in the podium every now and then. Did you not recognize that? Because I certainly did. And I believe the old Reverend Bell, knew something was up. If not, I don't know what he's doing. I'm not into his energy. That's not my business at this time. But my business is about those who are trying to open me. Like I said, um, you all have made a pact with the devil, but yet you cloak yourself and hide yourself behind the government of the church. Hmm. Like a thief in the night, Yeshua, not might, but will come to straighten out what is not right. Because he didn't come to make friends, he came to make sure that balance is on the earth. Hmm. It's a cold, cold winter. Hmm. And for you to say that I'm psychotic, I want everyone to wrap their mind around a little baby born of a woman and a woman who hates this child, like the movie, is it The Omen, where the woman was carrying the child, but they knew that that child was evil? Hmm. I guess some people could be born with that type of entity, but surely the spirit reveals itself. And surely you knew that I was not that child with an omen of evil. It was actually you. So, anyway, like I said, the spirit must make right this wrong, and it will. And I'm very grateful that it will. Do I like my circumstances? Of course not. Nobody likes to be forced in a situation that they didn't bring upon themselves. Like you all have brought doom and gloom upon yourself by partaking in a rumor against me, getting paid a bribe to attack me, trying to keep me in a situation in hopes that I take myself out. Thank you, Most High, that that will never happen. And thank you that this is not going to prolong where I'm in this hangman position that I do not wish to be in any longer, operative any longer. Now that the truth is apparent, there's no need for me to be in this position any longer. So the threat of you trying to take my position, Sandra Delatron, or anybody else trying to copycat me, is over. You had me under a spell where I did not know who I am, the royalty that I am, that you're trying to take. No, you cannot have it. I do not give it to you. I did not exchange porridge nor words. As a matter of fact, I've always been independent until you try to intrusively, with your power on this rim, impede in my right to live sociably, lawfully, gain employed to take care of myself, you intruded in that format against me. And I call for righteous judgment against all of you who are guilty of this. And may that no longer be delayed. The truth shall always be. The truth shall always come out of a lie that was told, whether it's 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, it is going to be disclosed. I do not give you the right to my will, my spirit, my communion with the Creator. I do not give any of that to any human. And I decree and declare today, I am released from your threats, your spell work, your voodoo, your hate, your enslavement, this waiting period, this hangman. October 12th, 2024. Thank you, Most High, for releasing me from all attachments, known and unknown. Thank you for my spiritual team avenging me of these atrocities and this theft that I shall recover back from it all. And I shall kick the dust off my feet and live a life loud, proudly, knowing that Yeshua is Lord. And I am grateful for him vindicating and restoring my life and bringing balance back on this earth. When it comes to me and all who are not acting in a manner or an enemy of the Most High, thank you so very much for healing virtue in my body for where the enemy has attacked my chakras, mainly my root, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and trying to continually attack my crown chakra. May the words of my enemy that have gone against spiritual law and laws of this land be their very demise, and may it cloak them and not those unsuspecting or vulnerable to their evil for greed, jealousy, covetousness. May it end in this season, Most High, before winter sets in. Restore your people, that when winter sets in, the right people will be in the right place. I decree and declare, as above, so shall it be below, for the highest good of us all, Most High. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, archangels. Thank you for the ascended masters. Thank you for your support, your protections, and your wisdom. That's all for now.